Back here in Lagos State, child rights advocate and labor expert from across West Africa are confronting a persistent crisis, the exploitation of children in domestic work and forced labor. At the 2025 West African Convening on Child Domestic Work and Forced Labor, speakers warned that despite protective laws, thousands of children remain trapped in abusive conditions, working long hours, denied education and separated from their families. As our correspondent Sharon Ijason reports.
Convene on child domestic work and forced labor, participants shared disturbing accounts of children working from dawn to late night in homes where they suffer abuse, exploitation, and neglect.
We keep confusing child work and child labor exploitation. When you have a child in your house and you ask the child to do basic things that will not jeopardize the health, the safety, the growth of the child, that is child work. Wash the dishes, sweep the house. But when you now make these jobs become a child is living in someone else's house and is working from 5 a.m. in the morning till 11 p.m. in the night, that is pure wickedness, that is exploitation.
But beyond the conference halls, the issue runs deeper. Experts say many victims are under 12, an age group already protected under Nigeria's Child Rights Act and Anti-Human Trafficking Act.
Talk about child labor, but we don't talk about domestic work, child domestic work. And it's something that, because it's not visible enough for people to see, they think it's something that is not going on. But in our West African region, it's something that is very serious that we have to work towards. And as a movement of working children and youth, we amplify the voices of children like victims of domestic work. So we work in communities, working with local leaders, NGOs, and making sure that we bring the voice of these children out there for people to know that these issues are going on.
Delegates address these cultural norms directly, insisting that African culture protects children, not their exploitation.
Everything happens in the community. It starts from the community. So we have community stakeholders engagement steadily and dialogue within them. So our last program even shows that there is a little gap between the government and the community stakeholders, where some laws are being made and the community stakeholders are not even aware. So if they are aware, they can also enforce it in the community. Some people like the ballets, the yellow jars, and those are people who see these children most of the time.
Labor experts also emphasize the need for full implementation of the international conventions such as ILO Convention 138, 182, and 189, which set standards for child labor, decent work, and protection of domestic workers.
The ILO Convention 182 talks about poverty alleviation, quality education as two major strategies to reduce the vulnerability of children to exploitation. So we talk about providing decent work for parents and also for children within the legal working age. We talk about issues around ensuring that education is accessible by the communities, because most of the challenges of domestic work comes from the community.
Organizers say more than 200 children have been rescued and reintegrated in Nigeria through ongoing programs.